episode 116.
Are you ready to take your eBay business to the next level? Then hold on, because Ron and Ali are going to take you into the fast lane with the latest tips and insights from some of the biggest and most successful sellers here on the So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast.
Welcome once again to another episode of So You Want to Sell on eBay. I'm Ron LeBeau.
And I'm Ali Young.
Hey, everyone. We have with us today from San Diego, California, Ciara Brown. Ciara, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing really good here in St. Louis. How you doing, Ali, in Thailand?
I'm doing great. Thanks for joining us today.
Well,
Yes,
awesome. Well, Ciara Brown is 22 years old and was recently nominated eBay's Young Entrepreneur of the Year.
Yay.
Her business is called the Diamond Hangar, and they sell new, used, and vintage designer clothing up to 70% off retail price. They have a 1,000 square foot warehouse located in San Diego, California, and she started her business almost 2 years ago and now has 2 employees. On eBay, the Diamond Hangar has thousands of successful transactions, and they look forward to many, many more.
Wow, that's amazing. Fantastic. You got a warehouse of 1,000 square foot in 2 years.
Yeah.
Isn't that just
great.
brilliant? And you're 22 years old.
Yeah.
Ali, she is the youngest we've had on the show.
Oh, and she's a winner. Did you win an award? Did you?
I won the eBay's Young Entrepreneur of the Year.
Did you do like
yeah.
a little dance in your house? Like, woohoo, look at me. Yay.
I did my secret dance.
My secret dance.
But what a
Cool.
story. So you're 22 years old, you get nominated, you win. Let's just start there. So 2 years ago when you were 20, you decided I don't want to go to a corporate job. I want to start being my own entrepreneur, was it?
Well, at a really young age, my sister and I, we always had to learn how to resell. My mom was single and she basically raised us on her own. So she really taught us how to have garage sales, and we would have lemonade stands and, just doing anything we can to make some extra cash on the side. So from a young age, I was exposed to reselling, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. And then when I was a sophomore in college, I played volleyball. I got a scholarship to play in Florida. And when I was in college, I went home to my mom's house and she was like, Ciara, you really need to get rid of some of this stuff. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to have a garage sale because I know I'm only going to get a few bucks for it. And so she was like, okay, well, why don't you try selling it online? And I'm like, oh, and then that's when it clicked in my head, a mini flashback is when I was little, I went on eBay and I tried to buy some apple bottom earrings and I bid through my mom's account, and next thing you know, she's in my ear. So I just remembered, I was like, wow, I remember that moment of trying to, use eBay. And I was like, let me try to list these jeans on eBay. And so I ended up making $20 more than what I had originally bought them for. Nice. And I was like, whoa. And I was literally hooked. I literally listed everything in my closet on eBay that same day and, used my laptop to take the pictures. It was a mess, but, I figured it out. It was definitely a beginner. I was definitely a beginner.
Well, yeah. I'm on your eBay store now, and I got to say, your pictures have improved a lot since that first laptop pictures. Are you taking your own pictures now?
Well, yes, we do take our own pictures. We just have a photo box, which allows us to have really good lighting. And so there's lights all the way around the inside of the box. And it basically just makes sure that every, corner of your item is well lit, and it makes our items look really professional.
Very much so. I like the way you do the angles. You do the front, side, back, even the label.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's really.
How long? So let's say I'm just looking at one here. It's called Nicole Miller Designer Dress. It's really. So it's displayed. It's got to be put up. It's then got to have. How long does that process take to take one picture of one product like that?
Well, the software that we use, we hook it up to our computer and it basically pre-crops the images for us. So we have a system.
What?
Yeah. So we have about 3 people listing at the same time. One person's, grabbing the item. The next person's taking a picture of the size tag, and the next person's dressing the mannequin and then I'm taking the picture with the software. So it's kind of, we try to spend less than 2 minutes on each dress to do everything.
Wow. And where do you source all these? Or do you care to share?
Well, we get all of our items in California. And so we basically buy from a lot of people that have nice things, of course. We purchase designer clothes from them. We want things that, are in great condition. And we also, we get stuff from secondhand stores and all up the coast. There's a lot of great places to go.
Yeah, and like I said, it's the Diamond Hangar eBay store, and unbelievable the quality of these dresses that I'm looking at. I mean, I don't normally wear dresses, but they look like they're really
not live. You don't, Ron. No, not live on a podcast. Yeah.
True that.
Yes,
true that.
At home.
Yeah. So, but no, I'm serious. I mean, this is quality stuff, man. It's amazing, really. I mean, your eBay store is just wow. It's pretty cool.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
So
we
do you have like a secret stash? Do you have like your oh, look at that, that'll suit me. Do you have like your own little area that you keep this stuff, or is everything sold that you get?
Everything is sold. I'm really disciplined about it because I'm kind of like, I want my store to grow. So I make sure that I reinvest all of the money for the meantime. And then maybe at one point when I'm, satisfied with how big we are, I'll start, taking my favorites out. But for now, I think that it's best to, reinvest the money. So that's
and I'm sure as you buy these things, your suppliers are probably, going, hey, Ciara, here, we got some more. I mean, are they kind of contacting you? Are you, in that mode yet?
Yeah, we have people that contact us and say, hey, we have something that we don't want to wear anymore. We have a full closet full of stuff we never wear. I've had a lot of, different people. I had a lady come into our warehouse yesterday, an older lady with the big glasses on and, just dressed to the nines, and she looked gorgeous. She's like, oh, I have all these clothes and I don't want them anymore. And I was like, okay, bring them on in, So wow. Yeah, we're starting to do a lot of consignment things and, just branching out to different areas to source our items, because I think it's just really important long term, especially with the amount of items I want to bring in every week. That's just the only option that we're going to have long term. So
yeah, so I would imagine like 2 years ago when you got a dress, you had to do a lot of research. I mean, I would imagine that learning curve is like been narrowed down a lot since you know what a Tadashi designer dress size 6
Boy,
looks like,
look
right?
at you, Ron.
Yeah,
go,
that's right.
Brother,
Ollie, that's right. Yeah. I've been on her site for about 7 minutes now, so yeah. But yeah, I mean, so as far as the learning curve, as far as like knowing what a dress would sell for, I mean, obviously you've grown a lot in that area, right?
Exactly. I was in school last year, so I was finishing up my degree at San Diego State. And during that time, I really dedicated myself to my store because I started realizing the potential, and I started doing a little mini business plan and realizing, whoa, like I can have a full-time income. I can do, better than a lot of people that are having regular, full-time jobs. And I was like, wow, if I could just keep buying and buying and buying, then there's no stopping. So I definitely did a lot of research, and I disciplined myself every day, every night to do as much research as I possibly could on every single item, on every single brand. And then now it's kind of like I can look at a rack and pull something out and know exactly before I touch it, exactly what brand it is.
You're one of those.
Exactly.
Connoisseur. That's brilliant.
That's awesome.
So I'm going to events now and I'm like, oh, you have that Tadashi dress on.
You're judging everyone as they're walking down the street. Yeah, I know what you're. So have you thought about making your own designs then? Have you sort of heading down that road, or is it just buying a lot easier?
For now, I think that reselling right now is just such a valuable thing. And I don't want to start my own brand. I think we're doing a lot better after going to the Magic Show this last time. I noticed that a lot of the brands aren't doing as well as even, some of the eBay sellers on here that are reselling those designers, so it's really interesting. When I really went to the Magic Show and I was like, let me see how much the stuff is. And I came there and I was ready to purchase all this inventory from the designers. And then when I went to purchase the stuff, I realized, whoa, this dress is $60, like wholesale. And I was really shocked. And I was like, I'm doing better than all of them. And I'm like, hey, do you have any samples? Do you have anything you're trying to get rid of really cheap? And they're like, oh yes, $50. We'll drop the price to $50. And I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah, nice.
So I definitely, I've learned a lot in the last year and a half. And I also learned that, those designers aren't necessarily my friends. They don't want their stuff as much online anymore because it is becoming, such a competitive marketplace online. So right. At the same time, it's exciting, but at the same time, it's like, just kind of edgy. So
yeah.
Edgy.
So what came first, the 1,000 square foot warehouse or the 2 employees?
I first had 1 employee before we got the warehouse. And then when we got the warehouse, I had a second employee. And then now we have someone else that's kind of helping us with our like online, syncing, that kind of stuff, just keeping our inventory up to date and all of that stuff.
Jeez, that's pretty cool. So what did you do before the warehouse? I mean, obviously you're growing, you're running out of space in your home, I guess. And are you working out of your garage or basement prior to the warehouse?
Well, my sister actually forced me to get a warehouse. She's 2 years younger than me, and she moved out here recently, and she was like, you know what, Ciara, we can't work in the garage anymore. She's like, we can't do that. So originally I have a couple roommates, and we have a 3-car garage. And so I used my parking spot as, where I set up the backdrop and where we had our new clothes on the rack. And then we stored our stuff in 2 300 square foot storage units down the street. So every time we were done taking pictures, we would drive down the street and we'd go put them away. And then, it just became it was a lot of work, but it was so worth it. And I would never trade those experiences for anything, just going through the storage unit. And one of my employees was like, you know what, we're going to bring like the construction helmets with the lights on them. Find the items today, So we were literally checking inventory out of the storage unit, and the clothing racks were like so tight together because we were just squeezing everything, and San Diego's not cheap. So we had to make it work. So we definitely did everything we possibly could to keep all of our stuff stuffed in the storage unit. And
right.
It was very well organized, but you can see a thing in there. So
oh my gosh.
Our phone out to find stuff. It was really like amazing. I'm happy to share that story because I think a lot of people, you have to start somewhere. And if it's a storage unit that has barely any room in it, so be it. And, eventually once you can sustain the cost for a warehouse and stuff like that, it'll definitely come. So
it does. And
so go ahead, Ali.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I was just going to say that everybody's like that. They have to start small. They have to start like a lot of them start in their house and similar to what you do, start selling stuff, and then they expand. But to get 1,000 square foot warehouse, I mean, that's quite scary. I imagine it's like, oh God, are we going to be able to pay the bills? We've got to make this is serious now. This is gone from mum and dad's house to this is serious stuff. So I imagine there's a lot of fear there.
Well, so I can kind of retract a little bit. When I first started, I played volleyball in college, and I first started in my room. And so that room literally looked like a thrift store. And I used I had brown boxes just literally scattered all over the floor of my room. And everything was just kind of, here and there and disorganized and just how anybody would start. And then after that point, when the whole room looked like a thrift store, I finally was like, okay, I'm going to get some pull-out drawers from Target, the plastic drawers. So I started labeling the drawers. Okay, I'm going to put this brand in this drawer, this brand in this drawer. And then from there, I literally had bins stacked, the pull-out drawer bins stacked on top of each other, all around all walls of my bedroom. And I was so embarrassed. I was like, you know what? Nobody needs to know I'm selling on eBay. Nobody needs to know that I have these bins literally stacked up to the ceiling in my bedroom. And at the time, like I said, I was playing volleyball and I was also in school full time. So it was a lot of work, but it was what I love to do. So it kind of just started as a hobby. And then I started realizing that the money was coming in. And I was like, wow, I can really make a living off of this. And then once it started getting closer and closer to graduation, I was like, okay, maybe I should pursue real estate. Maybe I should do this. And my friend one day was just like, why? If eBay's working for you, then why not keep pushing towards what you love to do and, pursue it with everything you have? And I'm like, you're right. Why am I trying to go away from it? And I think it was a lot of, my family being, oh, you need to get a real job. And I'm like, hey, little do you know that, my thrift store is making me some profit over here. Yeah. And, it was really awesome to see that, evolution of going from my bedroom. And then finally I was like, okay, I have all these bins. Okay, I'm going to move them into the garage, and then we're going to get a storage unit, and then we're going to get our second storage unit. And then it just happened so fast, but it was so worth it. And I think all of the hard work really showed during the Young Entrepreneur Award thing that I got. I was really grateful for it. And I think that my family definitely took me a little bit more seriously when I told them. So I called my grandparents when I first got the call from eBay, and I told them, I was like, hey, guess what? eBay nominated me as Young Entrepreneur of the Year. And they're like, oh, is this a gimmick? Is this real? Did they really call you? Did they send you an email? Did they mail you something? I'm like, Grandma, it's real. They're super skeptical.
Right.
My whole eBay business. And I was just like, no, it's real. I'm really doing good out here. You don't know this. So, it was really cool to show them. I sent them some pictures, and they saw all the things online, and they were really proud of me, and they realized, wow, this is working for her. And so it was just really cool just to see the whole evolution in the last, almost 2 years of selling on eBay, how it has changed my life and how it's helped the people around me.
And now look where you're at. I mean, you're on the So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast show. Seriously, how can it get any better? No, that's really awesome. We love talking to entrepreneurs. We love talking to people who, have left a corporate job. Fortunately for you, you haven't been in that funnel, I like to call it. But that's really cool. I mean, at 20 years old, you decided to do this on your own. And then, you're 22 years old now. You've got all these accomplishments. You've got a drive. You've got, a 5-year plan, I'm sure. And, just really, it's just exciting to hear your story, Ciara. It's just so cool.
Much.
And you explain it so well. And it's just I can hear the passion in your voice. So how did the Shine Awards come about? So they sent you an email. So I imagine they sent a few people emails as well, and then they do they vote on you, or someone else votes on you? How's it all work?
So I think initially they sent the opportunity to apply to the Shine Awards to your email, to your eBay messages. I'm sorry. So initially they send you a message through your eBay account. Should I start over?
No, that's good. No. Hey, we're English. Don't worry. I understood every word of that.
Okay, so they send you a message to your eBay account to apply. And of course, I last minute was like, okay, I really should apply for this award. My sister's like, you're going to win, Ciara. She's like, just do it. She's like, you deserve it. She's like, just do it. And I was like, no, Keelan. I was like, there's so many sellers on eBay. Like, there's no way. There's probably 1 million people going to apply. There's just absolutely no way. She's like, Ciara, just do it. People will love your story. Just share it. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right. So, we're driving up north to source for some inventory. And on the way there, we got caught in traffic. So I literally wrote it for, quite a long time. And I put my heart into it, and I really wrote, my full story. And then, I go ahead and submit the story. And then they gave me a call back, I think 4 days later or something. And I was shocked. I was literally in the warehouse. We had just moved into our warehouse on June 1st. And it was just a few days after that. And I was like so excited. I couldn't believe I had a warehouse. I was like, just my jaw was dropping. And, I got the phone call, and I just started crying, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. Like, thank you so much for this opportunity. And I literally had no idea of what the eBay community was truly about until I went to eBay Open. And I was like, whoa, I was really shocked, and it was an experience. It was so awesome. Like, I can't even explain how awesome it was. It was just really awesome. Like, everyone there is so genuine, and everyone just seems to be so nice and willing to help each other. And the community is just so out for listening to each other. Mm-hmm. And, as the CEO and stuff like that, we were able to have dinner with them. And I was really lucky to have, what is this? Gosh.
Devin?
Is it what is it?
Devin Winnig?
Okay, Devin, yeah. The one with the J's on. At the eBay conference. Did you guys go to that?
No. I wasn't able to. Sorry. Yeah, I wish we could have.
Well, so I was able to have dinner with Devin, and it was really awesome because he was just so down to earth and so about hearing me out and, what kind of suggestions do we have and what can we do to improve and this and that. And it was just awesome. We had so much fun, and I was able to bring my sister with me. And we, they paid for our entire trip to go there. They paid for all of our expenses. And it was just really awesome to be surrounded by so many just great people.
Yeah, one of the cool things about eBay sellers is, there isn't that competition. When you go to a conference, eBay sellers want other eBay sellers to succeed. And we use the analogy every once in a while is, if everybody on eBay was selling gold watches and we were all at a conference, then I'm going to be hush hush because I don't want you, you're my competition now. But exactly. We're all selling different things and everything, it works. And everybody wants you to succeed, especially, you're 22 years old. Come on, man. We got to, you have to succeed, right? It's really just awesome. So, yeah, definitely. But I mean, it's just kind of neat, like you said, the camaraderie, the friendship, and I guarantee you walked away with some new friends, right?
I definitely did. There were some groups in San Diego that reached out to me about coming to eBay meetups and gatherings and things that we can help each other out with doing. So I thought that was really awesome. And I met a lot of great people there, a lot of people that are in the same industry as I am, and they love fashion as much as I do. So it was just really awesome to make new friends and socialize a lot.
Socialize. Love it. I mean, that's exactly it. So where do you sort of see yourself in the future? You're obviously, now you got this warehouse and you keep talking about you want to add more inventory. Is there a stopping point of inventory, or is it, I want more? What do you see yourself?
More.
Give me all the dresses in the world. I want them.
Exactly. If you have a dress, send it on over. But I think that I want to fill this warehouse to the max. So I want to get industrial clothing racks so that we can stack the clothes up top to have 2 levels. And so hopefully that just helps with, maximizing our warehouse space. That way, we're not overpaying to get a new warehouse. So that's kind of my plans in the next year, is to just max that warehouse out. And then from there, I definitely want to have a warehouse in Los Angeles. I definitely want to have a warehouse in San Francisco. And then who knows, hopefully the Diamond Hangar can just spread all over the US. And that's my ultimate goal, really.
Yeah. And you know what? It's not too big of a dream. It's not too big of a dream.
You don't do small, do you? That is awesome. And we're firm believers on those dreams. You're proving it in 2 years. Look at how far you've come in 2 years. Imagine what another 2 years could bring you.
That's the goal. I've realized that we have a shortage of dresses. We have, a few thousand, but I'm no, we have a shortage of the demand that eBay has and what they bring to us. I'm short. I need to bring all the dresses. There's just so many out there, and most women, they don't wear their stuff more, a lot of times, especially dresses. They don't want to wear it to an event and wear it again a second time because they already took a picture in that one. So
yes.
Throw your dress over here and I'll trade you, So I think that eBay does have a lot of customers that are looking for a lot of things. And if we can be able to supply them, then why not have as many as we possibly can to keep up with the demand?
Definitely.
Most definitely. That's just really cool.
Ron and Ali will be right back after this short break.
Life is full of numbers. Our brains process literally hundreds of numbers and equations every hour of every day. When it comes to your business, give your brain a break as well as peace of mind that the numbers are figuring up as they should with MyCost Pro. MyCost Pro is an easy-to-use automated eBay bookkeeping program for Excel that imports sales data directly from your seller account. MyCost Pro automatically generates accounting and performance reports to show you your true bottom-line profit. You can even view and edit active listing details such as price and quantity, and relist unsold items directly from MyCost Pro. All you need is Excel on your Windows PC. Take control of your business and free up those long nights of crunching the numbers. Visit mycostpro.com for a 21-day no-obligation free trial using coupon code PODCAST, exclusively for So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast listeners. It's only right around the corner. Ecom Chicago 2017. Innovate, inspire, and grow. Join us October 19th through 21st in Elk Grove Village, Illinois, for the 4th annual event that focuses on e-commerce and business growth. Hear strategies from expert speakers. Learn new ideas and techniques that will help to develop your business. Speak and network with like-minded online sellers, as well as experts and mentors who will be available throughout the event, such as Jason T. Smith, Kathy Terrell, Eddie Levine, and Peter Cairns, just to name a few. The wealth of experience, knowledge, and enthusiasm is sure to be mind-blowing. Go to ecomchicago.com for more information. Sponsorship opportunities available. New this year for attendees is a pre-event vendor showcase on Thursday, October 19th, where our participating vendors will be giving live, focused demos on their product or service.
Be sure to check out So You Wanna Sell on eBay.com for the latest podcasts and all the information you need to get selling fast.
So, what are your you've got 2 employees and you said you kind of got a third one. What are their roles? What parts do they play?
So one of the employees, she helps me. Okay, let me start. I have 2 employees that help me list items, and that's really what I need help with. I'm sure a lot of people realize that listing does take up a lot of your time.
Definitely.
When it comes to selling on eBay. And so I definitely need help with that because we list a couple hundred new items a week. And so we're able to knock those out in 2 days with 3 employees doing that.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's very beneficial for me, and it's allowed me to have more time to source items. So on the other days that we're not listing, I'm out there trying to find the best stuff I can find for the lowest price I can get them for. Mm-hmm. And so it just allows me more time to source. And I think that everyone needs a little bit more time to source and find the best product you can. So if you can, I highly recommend it. And I recommend it because just doing it depends how much inventory you're bringing in, of course. But, when you're spending so much time listing and you're not spending as much time finding the best stuff you possibly can find, then, it's kind of off balance a little bit. So I am very grateful to have people help me list. It's definitely challenging with that many dresses, dressing the mannequin, 200 times.
Yeah.
Here we are again. Here we are. So by the sounds of it, what you're saying is they're doing all the boring stuff and you're doing the fun stuff. I think you're out there sourcing.
Be careful. They might listen to this.
Oh, yeah. They're doing the worthwhile stuff that keeps the business going. So you're doing the fun stuff.
The boring stuff together. But, we have fun. We have the radio going. We listen to Pandora. We listen to our favorite songs. And then towards the end, we start getting delirious. Everyone can relate to me. You start getting like, wow, we're getting the end. I have 10 more to go. And they always take longer. I swear, it's like the last 2 items. It's always the last 10 items that everyone's like, I can't. Like, dress.
I just can't do another dress.
I'm like, we got this, guys. I'm like constantly encouraging them. Like, it's okay. We only have 50 more to go.
Right. No, that's awesome.
So how do you manage all of that then? So you've got all these products. You're talking about having stacks of 2 so you can get more in the warehouse. I mean, how do you know where the Y Buy Worth designer green dress is located? I'm not a professional here. I'm just putting that out there. Dresses is not my forte. But a W Buy Worth designer dress, for example, how do you know where that's located in that 1,000-foot? Do you know you're selling that item? You got a look on your face like you do not know you're selling that item.
Oh, I totally know about it. I know exactly what dress you're talking about, too, by the way.
The green one.
I know exactly what dress you're talking about. It has longer sleeves on it. And it's
She passed, Ron. She passed the test.
Awesome.
But how do you
So
know?
what is your system?
Yeah,
what is your system to finding?
Okay, to put the items away and find them. Okay, so
it sells. How do you find it?
Okay, so to put the items away and to find them, we have different clothing racks in the storage unit. In the warehouse.
Yep.
And so in the warehouse, we have alphabetical brands. And so we just go by A to Z. And our racks are in order and the clothes are in order and they are hung by size and they are hung up by brand and they all have different color hangers. And so it just kind of, it's very organized. And, I stress this because I don't want to cancel any orders, and if we can't find something, we go through the whole warehouse to find the thing. Mm. So we definitely keep our stuff organized. And at the end of the racks, we have labels saying these are the brands on this side of the rack, these are the brands on the other side of the rack. And so it just helps us keep organized and everyone knows exactly where everything is all the time.
I mean, that's pretty obsessively, compulsively organized. I mean, and it has to be. You got a 1,000-foot warehouse, like you say. You don't want to be wasting time trying to find it. So is it all then computerized? Is it then this will be marked off as done, and then you would try to find a similar product, or?
Oh, to find the items to ship them, I number the shipping list alphabetically. So I label the A brands number 1, I label the B brands number 2, and then when I'm looking at the shipping at the shipping list, I can be like, okay, my number 1s, I need to find these. And then I look on my phone and I see that, the number 1s are Athleta dresses. So I'm going to go those first, the 1s. I'm going to find all the 1s first, and I'm going to find all the 2s. And then it goes all the way down until I go in the warehouse. So I'm not going to random brands and walking back and forth pointlessly. I go in order so that I don't spend so much time walking in circles. So we go in order alphabetically to find.
And I bet it wasn't too long ago when you were walking in circles before you got your systems in place.
I was walking in circles, I will tell you that. And I have literally brainstormed every possible way to cut down time spending doing anything. So whether it's listing, whether it's shipping, whether it's, and to do things in a precise way. I still want to do a good job at whatever it is that we're doing, but I want to cut down the time because, time is money, right? So I want to spend time shopping. I love shopping.
We can tell, by the way, we can all tell that you love shopping. And, those systems are put in place because you've made mistakes in the past. I mean, because you realize this didn't work, you put them into place.
Exactly. And every method, we have a method for everything. I've literally had dreams about how I was going to do something a little bit efficiently and how I was going to make it easier for us. Because I know that the processes can get really difficult, especially with clothing, And I can imagine electronics can't be any easier to locate in a warehouse that big. And so I think that having a strategy in a way that where your stuff is all the time, but not only that, putting a system in place where other people are able to know where your stuff is so that if you need some help, they know where to locate your items and not just you.
Definitely.
So I think it's definitely helped us time-wise. I don't have to, when I first started, I had my stuff in a bin, literally a huge bin. I would dig through the bin all day. Like, where is this dress? Oh my gosh, I can't find the dress. I can't. And then finally, when I was going through the bins, I was like, started realizing, wow, now I have to iron the dress. Now it's a little fold, and now it needs this. And I was like, wow, if I could just get a clothing rack and hang everything up, wow, that could save me like hours of prepping these items to ship.
There's the lesson. There's the lesson. So we got 1 minute left. And before you go, I want you're a perfect. So you're 22 years old. For all the new people out there, for all the youngsters out there who are thinking of starting something like this, what's your sort of advice you could sort of give them?
My advice to anyone who starts this is to really take your time to research whatever it is that you love. So, find something that's your niche product that you want to sell, and really just dedicate your time to researching literally anything and everything there is to know about the product. And then from there, I just say, stick to it and don't give up. Stuff can get really tough, and just don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. It's so worth it. Long term, I think that if anybody is disciplined and they, take the time to reinvest their money and don't spend the money that you can make more money with, then I think that you can be very successful at anything. So as long as you're disciplined and you do your research, I think anyone can be successful on eBay for sure.
Wow, what a note to fill. We've had an awesome time. I don't think I've not talked this much in ages. I mean, you have this flow about you, and we notice it's a common pattern with people who are serious about what they do. When they really love what they're doing, they can talk for hours because it's natural to you. It's sort of like, and the funness in your face and the happiness. So, Ciara, I hope, thanks very much for joining us. We're really proud to have you here. Angie thought you would be and she was perfectly correct there.
Thank you. I'm glad I can be the youngest person ever on So You Want to Sell on eBay.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Okay, so cool. We'll post all the notes from today's interview on our show notes page, which can be found at www.soyouwantasellonebay.com/show notes. Ciara, before you leave us with all your great info, how can the world out there get more information from you and come visit you or send you stuff, buy stuff? How can they get in contact with you?
Well, they can email me at the Diamond Hangar LLC at gmail.com. they can visit us at our warehouse at 4901 Marina Boulevard, Suite 316, San Diego, California, 92117. And they can also call us, visit us, come by, stop by, email me, however you want to get in touch.
Brilliant. Well, we'll post all those on the show notes page. You can also go to the eBay store, which is the Diamond Hangar, and purchase a dress. I would do, but, don't sell any men's stuff, so I can't, but brilliant. And thanks once again for joining us. We've had so much fun from everyone here at So You Want to Sell on eBay. I'm Ali Young.
And I'm Ron LeBeau.
That's all for this episode of So You Want to Sell on eBay. Be sure to check out our next episode or any past episodes by going online to soyouwantasellonebay.com. Also, be sure to follow us on your favorite social media sites, facebook.com/So You Want to Sell on eBay, and Twitter at Your eBay Podcast. Thanks for listening. And until next time, happy selling.
Have an idea for a topic or know someone who would like to be on the show? Let us know. Just go to www.soyouwantasellonebay.com/interview. We look forward to hearing from you. This podcast was produced in part by Pro VoiceWorks.